I'm pitching my wearable startup to our first NBA team, which means we have to travel to Canada to make sure all the development is going smoothly and to make sure we're ready for the demo. Along the way, we're gonna be celebrating my brother's birthday, building our website to show all the NBA teams that we're game ready, and raising enough funding to make sure we can keep the lights on. There's gonna be a ton of bumps in the road, a bunch of high points, and one hell of a story to tell as we get our product closer to being used in the NBA. So come along with me and let's go on this journey together. Here's what they look like that we're pumping up. This is crazy. Why would you?
Then she got it tripping off another yet again. Got a nigga feeling like a sucker yet again. Close on my emotions, then I rush and let her in. Hurry up.
When I first started the channel, like before I did any business, before I did anything, it was exploring abandoned places. Like a lot of them are private right now. It was called Explore, all the way back in the beginning of 2018 when I was still in high school. And then it turned into Jake Henry Vlogs and was all exploring abandoned places. So it's cool going back and doing this. If you scroll all the way back to the beginning of the channel or look at the oldest videos, you'll see that it was all abandoned video vlogs. Some of them got privated, but we did like 30 of them. All these abandoned places. The one we got chased out of. This is bringing some memories back, a little flashback. I even did like breakdowns of the history. I did breakdowns of like all the stuff that was going on. Some of the stuff was just, it was creepy stuff. There's a lot of abandoned things in Pennsylvania apparently, but we got too much business to attend to.
Better lace him up too.
You got the Folkleys?
My brother.
What's up, brother?
Better lace these glasses up, looking so dope.
He's actually this much taller than I am. Isn't that kind of crazy?
What's up, dog?
Then she got it tripping off another yet again. Got a nigga feeling like a sucker yet again. Close on my emotions, then I rush and let her in. Hurry up.
I have a follow-up meeting now with a guy that I met through Twitter. I think you guys have seen some of the meetings we've had, and he's actually from Poland, which is unbelievable and shows how crazy social media is when you use it for networking, connecting, whatever it may be. And he just introduced me to some more VCs overseas, and he's helping us build a mock-up of the website too. So like here, let me see if I can show you. You guys just don't tell anybody because you're getting a sneak peek. Keep it in your mind that this isn't gonna be done like this. Just an idea. So I'm moving it like this.
If you want to send it to our guys as soon as you're able to, then we could have those conversations if they really like it. But at that point, it's up to them because we won't be syndicating that.
Yeah.
If there's 3 guys that really love it and they don't care, then we'll create the SPV and we'll do it for them because they're our guys. Like, get together and like, this is the greatest product ever. Then we'll create the SPV for them and they can help you raise your seed. But typically it's outside of our thesis. And everything we've done so far has been Series A, and we just don't want to deviate from that now, just because it's kind of what we're doing. And we're still early. We're trying to decide on everything. So if you want to get the product to the guys, then we can go from there. That's a good place to start.
Okay,
but
sweet. We just got our first follow-up. So the meeting, like, that was good, though, because we got those guys. He was interested. He understood what we were doing. He understood the differentiation, which is something that we'd struggled with for the longest time. But now it's like they invest in Series A, so we potentially have a lead investor for the next round. And then we also have his distribution network of athletes who also could potentially use the product, invest in the product, and see the potential of what we're doing. And I just got our first follow-up from a VC fund called who's interested. I always get rejected for the follow-ups. So it's like, this was the first one that we actually got. No, second technically, because we got an investment from an angel group. But this is huge. I gotta get lunch and see my buddy I haven't seen in 3 years though. So let's go do that first. Look at him. What up, big dog? Dude, you look huge.
I'm down and weight, bro.
Really?
How we doing,
Good to
bro?
see you.
Yes,
Wanna
sir.
see
Good to
what's
see you. What's up, everybody?
Dude, we played soccer 5 years ago and did jiu-jitsu. Now we gotta go eat lunch. To give a little bit of context, I pitched to this one guy after I was in the Baylor New Venture competition. I'll show you guys what that whole process looks like, and I'll add the video here too. And it was after the Baylor New Venture competition. He was a Baylor student at the time, and I was like, let me pitch to you. He was like, all right, sure. So I pitched to him. He was like, you guys are too early. I don't know if this is like something we'd look at. I was like, whatever, sure. Like, give me a couple months. So I come back 6 months later, and I was like, hey man, we've been crushing it. Can we talk again? He's like, sure, pitch me, let's do it. So I pitched him. He was like, too early. I don't know if this would work. Yada yada yada. So like, all right, whatever. So then I come back a year later. Where we are now, this was 2 weeks ago. I was like, dude, we have been crushing it. We're raising money. We've finished the product, software, hardware, firmware, going through regulatory. Like, we've been raising 75 grand. Come on, talk to us. He goes, all right, I'll give you some time to talk, whatever. So we get on a meeting, we talk, I tell him what's going on, I tell him what's up, and he was like, wow, you guys have actually been cooking. Like, that's incredible. So he said, I'm gonna push you through to round 2. Coffee chat. So what happens is you go from round 1, round 2, and then round 3 is the partner where you pitch for money. It's a full diligence room, full board room, and we're one step closer. And it's cool because like I didn't expect anything to come out of it, but now it's like we got through the first round of the gatekeeper, which is really hard to do. And now more and more as we're pitching, we're getting through more and more of these initial gatekeepers and getting to the second meeting. Because again, I always say the goal of the first meeting is not to get money. The goal of the first meeting is to get a second meeting. And that was literally just a 10-minute update. This is about to start. So I'm gonna prep and sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and let's get this money. They're taking a more enhanced look at digitizing wellness and understanding what's really going on with their health. So we found that there's a unique opportunity with this to create a remote patient monitoring platform for monitoring musculoskeletal health. And we didn't just make this out of thin air. I'll talk more about it, but we've done hundreds and hundreds of customer interviews asking physical therapists, chiropractors, performance coaches, athletic trainers for feedback and the stuff they'd want to see, and we're building specifically around that. So I think it went well. He said he has to go and leave for another meeting, but he's like, I got a lot of questions, let's follow up. So we got the follow-up meeting, and that's what we're looking to do. So I think if this is like a part 2 of the first meeting, and we got the second one, so I will take it. Let's rock and roll. I just got a finalized text from the pitch video at the country club that you guys had watched, and if you haven't, I'll add it somewhere right here. Hey Jake, we're ready to move forward with investing 10K for now. What would be the next steps to make that happen? Go Lectra. It's not about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's about seeing enough light to be able to take your next step. Taking it day by day, and that's exactly what we're doing. Keep rocking and rolling. Let's go! All right, we got another meeting coming up with the Sports Tech VC at 2 o'clock, and I have tons of updates to tell them, and I'm excited to bring everybody along, but I got to finalize this money and make sure we get it in our account so we don't have to close the company down. But this is huge because getting this money gets us through a really big inflection point that we needed to hit. So hopefully we can string along bigger checks as we go. We have a $100,000 check. We're looking to bring in a $40,000 check and then a 50 and 2 10s. So comment down below how much money that is because I can't do it in my head. So we have around an hour and 20 minutes until the next meeting, which means in the meantime, I'm going to be prepping this contract up. It's really, really important that if you have capital that's going to be allocated, one of the most important things obviously is building the product, but the other is making sure you have a good legal team and legal advisory. I can't stress that enough because if you mess up things now that are fundamental in the early stage of the company, it's where it's really going to bite you in the butt earlier. And it's happened to me twice because I didn't have legal, and I was getting really good advice on like starting that process. So if there's something that you're going to take away from this one video, it's going to be spend the extra money and get the better lawyer because it's going to save you problems in the long run. The other thing is I have a contract that is already ready to go. I just want to update it and make the process super easy, super outlined for the investors so it can happen as early as today that we get the money to keep rocking and rolling.
Okay, what you taking to the Thousand Islands?
We have a guy who's doing our regulatory, who's done it 6 times with STEM devices, so he thinks he can do it even faster.
That's great. That's great. Okay. And have you developed a kind of a full-fledged business plan?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you're you're essentially ready to go. And so I gave you a list of the various firms that I thought, could be interested. I didn't include a couple because they tend to be later stage. And as you may know from what you've done so far, this is not a great region for venture capital.
Yeah.
It's just been that way for decades. I mean, I can't even begin to explain why.
This is bigger than my head. And I don't usually go for like a bucket of coffee, but today we've been meeting in 25 minutes with our performance advisory consultant. It's like an update because he's someone who connected me with a lot of these teams, so I want to make sure that I'm keeping them up to speed with everything that's going on. But I gotta finish the scheduling for the day, and then we gotta do a little bit of investor outreach right before we can contact with him. And the website should be done today too, so we have to get in contact with the website team as well. Perspective, I've been talking for the last couple of months. He's been introducing me to teams as well. So like, he just introduced me to the Colorado Rapids and the Nuggets as well. I forgot to say that those two. So I will get that done as soon as possible. It's nice to be able to change up the scenery of work a little bit and also get to see my grandparents too. So we're literally right on the water. It is unbelievable. Look at this. The hardest part about being the boss is you kind of become the glue that holds everything together. So I'm having people from all the different teams, like the website team, social media team, engineering team, and fundraising, all reaching out to me at the same time as I'm trying to help my parents and grandparents unpack everything. So that's why a lot of people can't do this type of thing, because it's very stress inducing at like all times, where it's like you don't really have that switch off. That's what I was talking about, where you trade the 9 to 5 for a 24/7. We've been busy on our side. We have all the product development stuff's going to be done in July in the second week, so we figured out all that. We've been getting more funding. It's been going pretty good, I guess, on our side.
Wow. What was going to be done in July? I didn't hear that.
We'll have a fully functional wireless prototype done with consumer app functionality for lower back and knee TENS relief, along with post-workout recovery as well. Whew, what a week that was. Thinking back to all the amazing things that we did and accomplished throughout that past week. We hit that Clayburg, even though I missed that one time. We enjoyed ourselves, and most importantly, we got our date set to pitch to the NBA team that we were looking for. Thanks for stopping by, party people. And I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that the best way to predict the future is to create it.